see Ryan Lochte. This event that Phelps and Lochte have owned. And last summer in Shanghai, this was the breakthrough swim for Ryan Lochte, the first world record broken since the suits were taken out of the sport. It had been 18 months without a world record being broken until Lochte did it last summer in Shanghai in this race. He went 54 flat to break the world record. Michael Phelps was second in 54.16, which, by the way, was his all-time best. Just in case you wonder whether the two push each other.
That they do.
Yes. Marcus Rogan, an Olympian himself. Veteran swimmer, now 30 years of age. Austria, his home country, in lane 1. Bradley Alley of Barbados has represented that country in the Olympics twice. He's in lane 2. Sebastian Russo represents South Africa, University of Florida, in lane 3. When Lochte peels off there, he's going to have a suit on tonight, though.
Finally, I see him in a jammer.
We'll talk about that in a second if you see the rest of the field. Eric Shanto swims out of lane 5. Connor Dwyer will be in lane 6. He was 4th in the 200 free here. Tyler Harris, World University Games bronze medalist in the 400 IM. Second in the national championships last year in the 200 IM. And then Chase Kalish, the 18-year-old from North Baltimore. All right, so Lochte comes out in a suit for this race. What does that mean to you?
Well, first of all, I think the suit makes a huge difference. He's been swimming in those briefs up to this point. Watch this start. And it's hard mentally, Ted, to get up on the blocks and knowing you're in a suit that's inferior to everybody else around you, and it makes a big difference. It makes you feel better. I think it's probably a little bit more mental at this point. When you get to Omaha, obviously it has a big difference physically, but just mentally and emotionally to be in a suit that's, you know, as fast as everybody else has.
So I would just wonder, and you've been in this, in his position, so you could speak to it. Is it a symbolic gesture of saying, okay, game on?
Yeah, I think he finally said to his coach, Greg Troy, listen, we've done all the work. We put everything in the bank. It's time to let's pay off a little bit here. Lochte going out really fast that first 100. There he is right there.
Connor Dwyer and Sebastian Russo are closest to him. Dwyer second, Russo third at the 100. 55-33, Lochte split.
29.8 right there on his back. Looking very good. You know, and here's a case where Connor Dwyer could have a chance to medal this summer in London if he had made the team. The problem is he's most likely going to be third. Eric Chanteau's another one that's going to be very good, but Connor Dwyer is one of the best 200 IMers in the world. He was 9th in the world last year, and he might be shut out because of Phelps and Lochte.
Lochte at 28.93.
33.6 there. He's well on his way to breaking 2 minutes.
158.9 would put him in the top 10 for this year. Well, here in Charlotte the last couple of years, they haven't seen much of the real Lochte because of his training regimen. This round, he looks to be more like it.
I haven't seen much of Ryan Lochte.
This looks to be more like it. It comes in at 57.63, which is the 3rd fastest time in the world this year. Phelps has the fastest. Pereira, Brazilian swimmer, second.
I think it feels good if you're a fan of swimming to see a Ryan Lochte like that. And to know he's still beat up, Ted. I mean, this kid is just torn down the smithereens, but at least it comes at the end of the meet. It's the end of the 3-day meet, so he's sort of had a little bit of 3-day mini rest to get to this point, to be able to swim this 3rd day and swim with a little bit of a chip on your shoulder and say, he's been swimming a lot of races. The top 6 swimmers from the Olympic Games are all still active in this event. And there's Lochte off the blocks right there. So he's going to have some competition in Great Britain, but boy, he looks so much more sharp tonight. I mean, he looked like like he's starting to look like Ryan of old. He has always been such a tremendous backstroker. Obviously, the Olympic gold medalist from 2008 in the 200 backstroke, an event that he will swim this summer. I mean, he tightened up a little bit on the freestyle at the end. Doesn't have the quite jump there at the end. That snap he has the last 10 meters or so, but that will come. 57.6, a very, very good time. Really good.
And there you see Connor Dwyer got under 2 minutes for second. Eric Shanto takes third. Ryan Lochte, you put the suit on. What were you telling us all?
I mean, this meet, it was a little rough, but I mean, I'm not the one to say like the suit makes the swimmer makes the suit, but in this case, the suit definitely helped.
What does it mean to you, Ryan, to kind of get up on the blocks and have a pretty good swim, though, at the end of the meet? Does it make you feel better, or does it really doesn't matter at this point?
You know what?
I'm talking mentally more than anything, to get up and put a pretty good time up there.
Yeah, I mean, my swims this meet weren't that great, but to put a good one in the bank for coming up into trials, so. You know what, I feel really good where I'm at. And you know what, I got 6 weeks to get ready, so we'll see what happens.
I would imagine your mom's happy with this. It's Mother's Day, and you know how much your mom, we all know how much your mom has played a role in your swimming life.
I mean, I wish she was here, but I know she'll be there when it counts.
I want to ask you about the goggles the other day. You had some goggle problems, and that's rare for somebody like you. What happened there?
I just tried a new pair of goggles in the 4am, and once I dove in, they leaked, and then I had to take them off after the fly, and it was all downhill after that.
You won't go back to those goggles, I'm assuming.
Oh, no, I'm not going back.
Ryan, congratulations. Nice way to end in Charlotte.
Thank you.
Good luck in the next 6 weeks, buddy.
Ryan Lochte with the third fastest time.
Here's what he was talking about with the goggles. Watch when he comes in. They're filled with water, and then you can barely see it, but watch him take his hand, and he takes that hand and he rips it off, and he has 2 caps, Ted. So he not only did those goggles come off, but the top cap came off, and by the end of the race, his little cap was like a beanie on top of his head. But you know, it better happen here than in Omaha.
Well, a very impressive swim by Ryan Lochte in Charlotte. We'll take a look back at another event from earlier in the competition. The women